After binge-watching endless hours of romantic K-dramas and movies, it's time to watch something more serious and fast-paced that will give you thrills and intensity. From Netflix's newly released All of Us Are Dead to Train to Busan, here are 10 best Korean zombie movies and dramas to binge-watch. 1. Kingdom. First streamed in 2019, Kingdom is Netflix's first original Korean title and is one of its most popular shows. The story takes place in Joseon Dynasty and revolves around the Crown Prince of Joseon, who attempts to investigate the mysterious illness recently afflicting the king, only to find himself caught in the middle of a deadly epidemic ravaging the country. While trying to save the kingdom from the plague, he must also stop his political opponents from seizing the throne. If you're looking for a historical drama with a zombie story and moral twist, Kingdom is definitely a must-watch. Critics have found both the seasons gripping, and you too should check them out if you haven't already. 2. Train to Busan. If you enjoy thrillers and zombie movies, this one will take you on a wild ride. The movie mostly takes place on a train to Busan as a zombie apocalypse suddenly breaks out in the country and threatens the safety of the passengers. The story follows a workaholic divorced father trying to get his daughter to her mother's house, and a tough-muscled man traveling with his pregnant wife. Throughout the film, both men do whatever it takes to protect the lives of their loved ones as they learn what it means to be a father. The film also touches on the true meaning of friendship and redemption, and finding the will to survive in the face of certain death. 3. All of Us Are Dead. The series is the latest South Korean thriller from Netflix, and in just 7 days after its release on January 28th, the zombie high school K-drama already topped the streaming giant's non-English language list worldwide. Based on popular webtoon, All of Us Are Dead follows a tense battle between zombie hordes and struggling survivors at a high school that becomes ground zero for a zombie virus outbreak. With no food and water, and the internet and landline cut off during the incident, they must use equipment around the school to fight for survival or risk turning into zombies themselves. If you've finished watching the series and developed an appetite for the zombie genre, make sure to watch the entire video for more zombie content. 4. Peninsula. This Train to Busan sequel takes place 4 years after the horrific events of a virulent zombie outbreak that sweeps South Korea. The movie revolves around a former soldier who embarks on a suicide expedition to retrieve a truck full of money, together with a trio of similarly reckless fortune hunters from the wastelands of the Korean peninsula. Returning back home for the first time in 4 years, the former Marine captain and his team meet the survivors of the ruined land who are thrown into more danger as they encounter rogue militia who become a bigger threat to them than the zombies. 5. Sweet Home. This series deviates from the zombie genre a little, and instead focuses on humans that mysteriously start to turn into gruesome monsters. Sweet Home follows a depressed high school student who becomes traumatized after being bullied in school. After his family is killed in a car accident, he moves into an old apartment called Green Home. Then strange and mysterious things begin to happen inside the building. It's a story of growth that follows the lead character as he tries to save people who have changed into monsters because of greed, and begins to change his pessimistic view of society. 6. Happiness. Happiness is set in the near future following the release of a failed treatment drug, which instead caused a pandemic known as the Rita virus or mad person disease. Those infected by Rita experience short bouts of insanity and bloodlust before completely regressing into a zombie-like state. The South Korean military and police forces are trying to contain the spread of Rita through extensive investigation and authoritative quarantine measures, while civil rights groups protest against them, believing the infected are still capable of normal human interaction. 7. Alive. This thriller film revolves around a video game streamer's struggle for survival as he is forced to stay alone at his apartment during a zombie apocalypse. Fortunately, he soon catches sight of another uninfected survivor in a nearby apartment, who help him change his mind during a suicide attempt. Together, they try a daring escape while being chased by a bloodthirsty horde of zombies waiting eagerly on the streets below for new people to infect. Laced with the usual jump scares and fast action scenes, the movie also weaves in plenty of millennial culture, including the use of a drone to combat the terrifying undead. 8. Rampant. Rampant is set in the Joseon dynasty and tells the story of a zombie invasion that threatens the existence of humankind on the peninsula, as the creatures called as night demons converge on the royal palace. The movie follows the journey of an exiled prince who returns from imprisonment to battle against the zombies. Although he is given to the Qing Empire of China as a political hostage, he returns home when his brother, the crown prince, calls him back after many years to destroy the nightmarish monsters plaguing the country. 9. The Wailing. The Wailing tells the story of a small village that has been taken over by a mysterious epidemic of rage and violence upon the arrival of a suspicious stranger. Over time, the rage and suspicion turns to something more sinister as the villagers begin to brutally murder one another. If you're into horror and serious scares, this nail-biting flick is a must-watch. It had received widespread critical acclaim, earning lauds for its incredibly ingenious storyline. 10. The Odd Family, Zombie on Sale. If you don't have the stomach for all the gore but still love zombie stories, then this hilarious movie is for you. The comedy film revolves around the Park family whose lives turns upside down when they encounter a naive zombie, created from an illegal experiment on humans. Rather than being afraid of this strange creature, Park's family plots to make money out of him, especially after realizing the old father's sudden restored virility from a bite of the zombie.